But I think that is so true, because even the folks starting out in the industry, you know, it's, you maybe don't have a very big pipeline, so you possibly can do all of the things. You have the time. Yeah. But if you're already manifesting the $1 billion company, if you're already planning to, you know, hit your sales goal this year, you already need to put those systems, right, and hire those folks. And you might not have the dollars right this minute, but in my mind, I look at it as if I could just get one transaction that'll help me cover this, right? If I get that transaction, it'll help me cover that. And then my goal is very simple. I'm just really focusing on 1 leading to 2 leading to 4, and eventually everybody's salaries are covered. And it's totally fine. It's totally fine.
And that kind of follows the Rich Dad Poor Dad. You know, he says if you want a new car, then you go out and find a way to you know, make the money. Or I forget the exact, because it's been a long time.
That in
it. Yeah, you create it. Yeah, you don't use it from what you're already doing.
Right. Having a purpose to really go out there, you know, and strive even further for it. So, yes, I've been talking about
how.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to remember who, not how. If you want to grow your business, you got to go with who, not how.
Yeah.
Love that. So.
And then the gap. Remember the gap in the game.
I'm going to get that one too.
Please. But remember this next one, okay, that you read. What it's all about. I think you forgot about the other one.
Come prepared this time. Come prepared. I love it. I've moved on to, I was reading that and then I got sidetracked.
I know.
I need to
If you look at my books, it's like, how in the world is I get anything accomplished, you know, because I've got like probably 10 books open right now. But I look at it as kind of like it's a wine or something. You know, what do you feel like tonight to have? Well, I feel more like bourbon. Okay, so I'm going to go down to the real Anthony Fauci, which I can only handle a few minutes of that, which we won't go down that path. But
what's
anyway.
happening? I don't know. Let's get back on track. Okay, so are we talking about, is your commission, are you
worth your commission? That's the question for the day. Are you worth your commission?
That's a heavy question.
That's a heavy, heavy question, because without that conviction, is my conviction anyhow, without that conviction, then you're probably not going to get what you hope that you're worth.
Well, and you summed it up right there with conviction, because that's what, when you burn it, or you drill it down to the core, people will buy you. What do you feel it's worth? So if you don't feel you're worth it, then they're not going to buy into you.
Right.
So, I mean, but like I said, I mean, you just drilled right to it. It is your conviction of what you're worth.
And I think depending upon how you were birthed into the real estate world, right? Who taught you? Who was your mentor? Who was your coach? The right players were going to automatically teach you value, lead with value, right? And then you'll get paid later, right? But if you're already thinking, I'm automatically should get 3%, right? And I'm just using that as an example, but that's negotiable, right? I'm told, right? It's negotiable. Those are my terminology. Everything's negotiable. But I do see the difference.
Yeah.
Even for me, talking and seeing other agents, I see some people lead with that and other people's, you know, lead with all the value. And, you know, take real estate out of it, go to purses, right? I mean, if you really think about it, we pay a lot of money for a canvas purse. I mean, if you think about it, right? But they've built up this amazing vision in our minds and all this greatness that we spend a lot of money on those Louis Vuittons. You know what I'm saying? Did you even know that it's not even real leather? They're morphed into real leather now. It
looks like plastic to me.
That's what I'm saying. But all of us pay a bunch of money for that. You would just, your mouth would drop to know.
Oh, I bought one for Connie when we first were dating. Because you know, quick side story here, but I reached out to my daughter-in-law and I said, okay, I don't know what to get, you know, for my, you know, fiance, girlfriend, whatever she was at that moment in time. And she goes, well, she'd love Louis, but how do you know how to say it? And so I go to the mall.
LV.
Yeah. LV. I go to the mall and they say, oh, it's like, for this little guy, it was like $600. And I said, are you kidding me? I mean, what is in this thing? I could tell it was plastic. $600. I mean, I went out laughing, thinking they're going to stop me and say, well, this is the real price or something like that. They let me keep on walking.
Yeah, because there's 10 other people that want it.
Yeah, well, a week before Christmas, okay? A week before Christmas, I still haven't come up with something, so I humbly walk back into the stinking mall and go to this Louis Vuitton store, and now it's $900 because it's a week before Christmas. So all I can do is laugh and say, shit. They got me. And I shucked out the $900 and God bless.
But convert that to real estate. There's a lot of people that say, you're worth that. What I'm saying is you didn't think that purse was worth what you referenced the dollar to be. Meaning some people don't think the realtors, you know, worth what they see on paper.
Right.
I think you're worth every dollar, right?
But it starts with a conviction, like Jason said.
Right.
You've got to believe that because people buy the messenger before the message ever matters. And if you don't believe that, then why would they believe that? That's why I think this is such an important topic to touch on today.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So, Jason, how do they develop that conviction? How do you, do you just, but that's what it is? I don't think that's working anymore because that's not what it is anymore. We're seeing
Monty
an average number.
did not use that in the Louis store.
Well, I think it comes down to your own confidence and of what you can provide. So if you're not confident that you're providing a value, then you are not going to be perceived as somebody who can deliver on that. You can have all the marketing material in the world and come up there, but if in that interaction you truly don't believe it, we pick up on it. That's the beauty about human beings is that we are balls of energy, and we pick up on these senses, and it's through that you're like, something was just kind of off here. I don't know why. I just didn't click. Well, it's because you're picking up on something that wasn't being said. And so if you walk in, and that's why, kind of take it a little bit different lane here. That's why con people are so great. Because they fully believe it. They understand. And you're like, have y'all watched that?
Inventing Anna?
Yeah, Inventing Anna.
Oh my goodness, she had them all.
But have you seen the interview with her? She is solid on her conviction. She is solid on her her confidence. So people bought into it. And
$40 million worth bought into it.
But you take that and plug that into any day business.
So true.
Is that Ruth, the girl who played Ruth?
She was the actress. Yeah, she did a great job. But the real person, she did do what they're portraying her to do.
Yeah, because they've got interviews with the real Anna. But what I'm saying is that people bought into her, and then they bought into her plans. So the same way, if you're sitting across from sellers, if they're not buying into you, then it's going to be all about money.
Right. And again, I do think we're going back to a truthful conviction, and keep leading with that. But you're right. There is an ego confidence, and then there's just that confidence of conviction.
Yeah.
Period.
I'll never forget one time years ago, I'd prepared these people that I might be able to sell their home, and hadn't even listed it yet. This is years ago, like before you were probably on the planet, just a long time ago. Okay. Anyway, so I come to them after showing one couple of the house. I come to them looking for my commission. To sign off on everything, and they said, "You think you're worth that much in one showing?" And I said, I came out of the clear blue, but I'll never forget it. I said, I know it feels like maybe in this moment that this interaction doesn't feel like maybe it's worth that much money. But to get me to this point and all the disappointment, all the struggle, all the losses of deals, all the work, all the years behind this skill, yes, I am worth this. And I didn't budge on it because they brought up a great point. Do you really believe, like this says here, are you worth your commission? I had a conviction that I was. And I think if you can grow that commission that you are, not because that's what it should be, we all wish it was something great, grand, wonderful, but do you really have a conviction that you are worth that? And I think that's why we, Jason and I harp on our agents sometimes. Maybe it may feel like harping about, you create your value, you have control over it.
And like you were saying with that customer, you can also look at it. Well, it's because I did this so well that we got the offer immediately, and that we didn't have to go under contract and lose the contract and do it again, put it back on the market, and waste a lot of time and cost you more money.
Right.
It's because of my history, my skill set, my professionalism that allowed us to do a one show and done and get the value that you wanted.